From completely destroying careers to tragically ending lives, false accusations can often lead to disastrous consequences. My name's Ryan, and we'll be covering the stories of YouTubers whose lives were destroyed or ruined forever because of fake allegations, starting with the tragic tale of Inquisitor Ghost, who shocked the entire internet by what he did after getting accused as a PDF file. Vincent Plichi, aka Inquisitor Ghost, was a 23-year-old Italian cosplayer who combined Call of Duty with elements from Star Wars in his videos.
Imagine Ghost as an Inquisitor.
Eventually gaining nearly 200,000 devoted followers. At one point during his rise, he hired a professional editor named AJ to take his content to the next level. Little did he know at the time that this was the worst mistake of his life. He worked with AJ for about 6 months, but they eventually parted ways. However, what should have been the ending of a fairly normal work relation quickly turned disturbing when AJ revealed screenshots of Inquisitor saying things like, "I love you so much, I'ma marry you," and even calling her honey. What made these messages creepy was the fact that AJ was only 17 years old at the time. At the same time, a TikToker by the name of Keegan's Mask also made a video calling out Inquisitor for being a PDF file. This went viral, and Inquisitor started getting backlash from every corner of the internet for his creepy behavior. When one of his acquaintances asked him about the allegations on Discord, he denied them completely, stating, "I don't really know why people really are accusing me of this, but I'm certainly not a pedo. I have a 13-year-old sister and 3 little brothers." He also shared screenshots of AJ pretending to be a random fan who's in love with him and wants to date him with messages like, "I love you" and "date me." And when Inquisitor turned her down by saying that he's not interested, she doubled down and asked him why, while also stating that she wasn't a minor, even though her age was never a part of the conversation. The whole thing was extremely weird and made little sense. That is, until the dark truth behind AJ's motive came to light. A while later, screenshots of AJ's conversations with her boyfriend Tito leaked online, with AJ asking, "Well, what the f are we gonna do now?" To which Tito replied, "It's not a life or death crisis, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep flirting with him and see where it goes. If he starts to get sexual, then I will expose him. We just need better and more proof. Baby, we need a reason for him to get cancelled." In other words, AJ and her boyfriend were trying to lure Inquisitor into saying something incriminating so they could expose him for being a PDF file. It also came out that Inquisitor's quote creepy messages were also presented out of context.
Keegan's Mask began sharing these messages out of context in a desperate attempt to paint Inquisitor as a predator. The thing she left out, however, is that these were just enthusiastic responses to him finding that she had created so many edits for him in such a brief amount of time.
This made it clear that Inquisitor was completely innocent, and that this whole controversy was fabricated by AJ and her boyfriend, likely because she was salty about getting fired as his editor. However, this was too little too late. On October 9th, 2023, Inquisitor went live on TikTok with a camera facing an empty window. No one was sure what was going on, until a guy broke through the window and started performing CPR on someone lying on the ground just outside the camera's view. The person lying on the ground was Inquisitor. After getting harassed for days for something he didn't do, Vincent made the harsh decision to end his own life on stream, leaving his family behind. AJ responded by posting a half-assed apology, stating that she didn't mean to hurt him, while her boyfriend blamed her for everything.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't know why my girlfriend would want to expose him.
And people did not like this one bit. I hope they catch the bastards. The guy in the video makes me sick. He was literally sitting there not only excusing his actions, but making a bold-faced lie about what really happened. Disgusting. These are the kind of people who need to be in jail. I hope and pray they get caught. Fortunately, the next victim of false accusations on our list is still alive. However, these allegations still arguably destroyed his life. Put simply, Dream is one of, if not the most popular Minecraft YouTuber and streamer, with millions of loyal fans who would happily tattoo his logo on their bodies. Unfortunately, the number of accusations made against him have also increased alongside his sub count, the first of which came out a day after his face reveal. On October 3rd, 2022, a girl named Anastasia tweeted, "He's only face revealing because he's scared I'll do it first." She then followed this up with a tweet accusing Dream of grooming her while she was a minor, stating, "The YouTuber trending right now already face revealed to me years ago when he was flirting with me when I was a minor, through his personal Snap, number, and Twitter. The stuff you see is probably real of others with similar stories." She also stated that she's been friends with Dream on Snapchat since 2020 and also shared pictures of Dream talking inappropriately with her. But before Dream had a chance to respond to these allegations, things got even worse for him. On October 14, another girl named Amanda came forward with her allegations against Dream. She claimed that Dream sent her unsolicited nude pictures while she was just 17 years old after adding her on Snapchat.
That's his private, Dream Clay. He told me to add him on it, so I added him. That's when everything starts to take off.
She also accused Dream of asking to meet up with her in person with inappropriate intentions.
I informed him that I was coming to Orlando in August, and it was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to the resort I was at, or he was going to pick me up and bring him to his house. He told me that he has a chest full of toys that he was going to use on me. And to top it all off, he blocked me after seeing my tweet.
And even though there were some crucial inconsistencies in both these allegations, the Twitter mob didn't care and started attacking Dream. Dream tried to clear his name with the twitlonger by pointing out that Anastasia's Twitter bio mentioned that she was 18. He also highlighted the fact that Amanda didn't provide any evidence of her being a minor. However, as you might expect, this did not go over well with Twitter users either, and he kept getting attacked. In December of 2023, Dream posted a video simply titled "The Truth." In this hour and 20-minute long video, he finally went over every major thing he's been criticized for over the years, including the grooming accusations. He started by pointing out the inconsistencies in the accuser's arguments and signs of fake evidence.
But what I can do is lay out all the inconsistencies, talk about the proven lies, the specifics, point out questions that were never asked, and provide all of the evidence that I have. And I believe that luckily, that's way more than enough. So first, I want to talk about the timeline. Every contact we've ever had with each other before January 17th is the Instagram DMs, which I just read to you, which are now all public in their entirety in the description of this video, other than the messages that she deleted. She claims that sexting started around January 17th and that sexting stopped February 10th.
So from the 17th to maybe February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting.
So even if we say that it started a couple weeks before it stopped, you'd have to believe that every message you've just seen, we went from that to sexting days later in 2022 before my face reveal. Even if you want to give her the maximum benefit of doubt and say that she confused the timeline, she turned 18 on the 17th, 1 week after she claimed the sexting stopped, so there's not much leeway. Secondly, we can talk about her Twitter. She tweeted out defending me from hate on my face reveal 10 days before the allegations, and was liking my tweets, including a subscriber milestone tweet 2 days before she tweeted her allegations. With the timing of the face reveal and her allegation, my belief is that there was a lot of hate and that it's easy to get spiteful and join in on a hate train. I had ignored multiple of her Instagram DMs and Snapchat messages in recent months.
Amanda also claimed that she had already contacted the police, but when Dream called the police department himself, the cops did not have any reports against him in their system.
People are there, they're slandering you. There's nothing, and we have a very broad database. Nothing, no interaction. I did last name, first name, last name, nothing. Zero, nada.
So
there's nothing. No reports been
allegations,
made.
reports, anything?
Nothing. Your name has nothing next to it. There's not even. So
All
if
right.
you would like to make a report and you feel like someone is harassing you, all right. But whoever's telling you that stuff, you may need to file a complaint because that's harassment. And that's called slander. And you do have civil rights. So you can make a report if you want.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Both Anastasia and Amanda have also deleted their tweets accusing Dream of being a PDF file. However, despite him debunking these claims and the accusers retracting their statements, Dream has been forever branded as a in the eyes of the internet. Tweets calling him a PDF file are all extremely common, and the comment section under his videos is filled with similar remarks as well. So regardless of what Dream says or does in the future, a large portion of the internet will always see him as a predator. However, defending yourself becomes a lot harder when no one's willing to believe your side of the story, which is what happened with Jen. Jen Kimura is currently a fairly successful social YouTuber with over 430,000 subscribers and nearly 100 million total views. However, he did not have this platform when he got accused back in 2018, 2 years before he started his YouTube channel. He was still in college and got intimate with a girl he'd known for a long time after a frat party, and that's when the incident happened.
Get to her room, we're talking, chilling, laying in bed. We start kissing, but after a minute, she starts freezing up and tells me that she's crossed and just wants to go to bed. And from my point of view, when she was telling me that, I continued to kiss her on the neck. But when I heard her say stop, I did, and we went to sleep. So the next morning we wake up and I could tell that things were weird. So I ask her what's wrong and she sits up and tells me that I should have immediately stopped kissing. This wasn't her first time, so I didn't realize that I was pushing any boundaries. And I felt terrible because I had no intention of making her feel uncomfortable.
Things went quite smoothly at the time, but as the weekend went on, the girl Jen was with started distancing herself and stopped talking with him. Maybe she felt uncomfortable, so this was still understandable. But then, she did something truly awful and started making up parts of the story that never happened.
The day after we get back, I get a random text from her roommate asking if we could meet up and talk about what went down. We meet up and she says something to me that I'll never forget. How could you ever do that? You have sisters. How could you ever hold down a girl and forcefully finger her? I was in complete shock. It was the first time that I realized what she was telling others from her point of view.
And as if spreading false rumors wasn't bad enough, she also got Jen removed from his frat by threatening to tell the school about this made-up incident. But it did not stop there either.
The very next week, I get an email from Title IX that there's been a sexual assault investigation launched against me. They started conducting interviews with myself, her, and the other people from the weekend, and after compiling texts, stories, and evidence, there's finally some good news. Title IX found me not guilty and that there is insufficient evidence to support her claims.
However, despite getting cleared, the school found out and launched their own investigation, which did not end well.
So a week later, even though Title IX found me not guilty, the school found out and wanted to conduct their own investigation. So to do so, they selected 4 random professors to serve as the sexual misconduct board who took turns in questioning the both of us. And I don't know what it was, but I had a bad feeling. Sometimes our intuition is so spot on, especially when we don't want it to be. The board finds me guilty, and I was suspended immediately 6 months ago until graduation.
Fortunately, he managed to appeal. Yet despite being in the right, he still had to jump through hoops to prove his innocence.
So I had no choice but to hire a lawyer. I did lie detector tests and did everything I can to prove my innocence. And after a non-stop crazy week of compiling more evidence, looking at the school's policies, and even threatening to sue for defamation, the school finally repealed their decision. And their reasoning, all they admitted was that there was a procedural error and that the case should have immediately ended after Title IX found me not guilty. After fighting for months, I was finally cleared, reinstated back to the frat, and graduated.
And even though he was allowed to graduate, it still wasn't fair. As the top comment on his video points out, I hate when the victim gets a damage and then the accuser simply walks away with barely any damage on their career or life. This is especially true for the next victim on our list, as by the time he was proven innocent, the damage was already done. Angry Reactions was a massive TikToker with over 27 million followers, and despite his name and angry looking face, his content was unironically super wholesome. And his fans loved him for it. But then, the man behind those fiery reactions found himself in the spotlight for an entirely different reason, one that had nothing to do with TikTok. On the 12th of February 2024, Bryan Johnson, aka Angry Reactions, was arrested for alleged domestic violence. However, before the law could make a decision, the internet passed its own judgment and started harassing Onya on all platforms.
But I had everybody flood my comments. Oh, you beat women, you're a woman. I used to like you. I knew it was something off about you. Everybody. I didn't even know this many people knew who I was. Bro, I lied to you not. I called the Uber today and then he kicked me out.
During all of this, he kept insisting that he was innocent. And sure enough, on the 5th of March, he revealed that his case was taken to trial and he was declared not guilty and that the case was dismissed. This led to many people backpedaling on their snarky remarks, but the damage was already done. Onya saw how easily the internet can turn on you and decided to leave it all.
And like I said, the case is dismissed. I told y'all from the jump I'm innocent. Just for everything to go down the way that it did, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like that was probably the worst week of my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I think it was very naive of me to like assume that the internet won't do what the internet do. For whatever reason. It don't matter if I post nothing but positive content and none of that matter. I was naive to believe that people would just like give me the benefit of the doubt.
He completely wiped all of his social media accounts and announced his retirement on YouTube. He had already lost all of his sponsorship deals, so there was no financial incentive for him to stay either.
As far as the brands, these people not hitting me back. They not apologizing. They not saying, yo, let's get back to work. We just did this for our safety, the safety of our company. None of that is happening, bro. Everything I lost still remains.
Though unlike Angry Reactions, Pro Jared decided to face the music and come out the other side standing. Jared operated one of the oldest gaming-focused YouTube channels and had earned the adoration and respect of hundreds of thousands of fans. All was going well until he announced on Twitter that he was getting divorced from his wife Heidi. But this sad news quickly turned disgusting when his soon-to-be ex-wife accused him of cheating with their mutual friend Holly. During this time, many of Jared's explicit pictures also got leaked on the internet. And as if that wasn't bad enough, a person named Chai also released a statement accusing Jared of sending explicit nudes while Chai was just 16. This was a death sentence for Jared's career, as he started losing tens of thousands of subscribers. His sub count even fell below the 1 million mark, which he worked a decade to achieve. Jared also became the object of everyone's laughter on the internet, with everyone making fun of his leaked pictures. But then, Jared did an Uno reverse that left everyone in shock. On the 18th of May 2019, Jared went on the offensive and revealed that he wasn't cheating on his wife because they were already in a polyamorous relationship. A few years ago, Heidi asked me if we could be in an open polyamorous marriage. He also revealed that Heidi had previously threatened to destroy his career if he ever divorced her, which is exactly what she did. I made several attempts to leave starting in October of 2018, but each time she refused to let it happen, threatening to destroy my career and to harm others if I left. In a video he posted later, he also proved that Chai had lied to him about being of age while they were talking.
Unlike Chai, I actually do remember talking to Charlie. It seemed familiar, but what they were saying didn't sound right. For example, if Charlie would have shown the very start of our messages, you would have seen where Charlie lied.
During this time, people also found comments of Heidi bragging about destroying Jared's career on Facebook. And while all of this cleared Jared's name for the most part, it didn't fix everything. 1. The psychological trauma he endured didn't go away. 2. His channel hasn't recovered from the massive subscriber loss to this day. And 3. His explicit photos are still floating on the internet for everyone to see. All because his ex-wife was salty about being divorced. The sad thing is, these type of false allegations from bitter ex-partners are not uncommon. As the same thing happened to Bryan Johnson. After selling his company to PayPal for $800 million, Bryan became obsessed with trying to reverse his age and counter aging as a whole. He began documenting his progress on YouTube in late 2021 and has since gained over 1 million subscribers. However, behind his helpful health guides and cheerful progress videos, Bryan was hiding something that could shatter his reputation. He finally shared his story in December 2023 with his audience in a video titled, "My ex-fiancé sued me for $9 million.
Hi everyone. 2.5 years ago, on a normal Tuesday morning, I was going about my normal routine, and I received an email from a lawyer that attached a 13-page letter from my former fiance. This letter accused me of all sorts of, quote, perverse and abusive behavior.
In this email, his ex-fiancée Taryn Southern threatened to expose him as an extremely abusive and perverse person unless he paid her $9 million. Now, it would have been much easier for Bryan to settle this case privately to protect his reputation. However, after mulling it over, he reached a completely different conclusion.
It would have been easy to settle. It just didn't feel right to me. And I went to bed that night wondering what I should do. And the next morning, I woke up and I felt a firm conviction that I needed to stand up for myself. I needed to take this course.
When her threats didn't work, she filed a lawsuit against Bryan. She accused him of coercing her into abandoning her career to focus on his business ventures instead, leaving her financially dependent on him, being unfaithful throughout the relationship, including engaging with multiple women, and heartlessly breaking up with her while she was undergoing cancer treatment. Bryan once again chose to fight these allegations, and after 2 years of legal struggles, received the final verdict.
After years of litigation, the corroborating evidence my accuser had of any of my accused wrongdoings? Nothing. Not a single thing. On March 31st, 2023, after extensive motions, depositions, and discovery, the arbitrator dismissed all her causes of action that had been referred to arbitration and ordered that my accuser pay me $500,000 to reimburse attorney's fees I'd been forced to spend defending my innocence.
Put simply, Bryan had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and waste over 2 years of his life defending himself against false accusations. And while the court's ruling did clear his name, these allegations could have just easily as destroyed his reputation forever. It could have destroyed his reputation just like how it did with GeorgeNotFound. George is a close friend of Dream and is also one of the largest Minecraft creators on both YouTube and Twitch. However, this promising career was nearly destroyed to the ground by one 30-minute video filled with false accusations. It all started on March 9, 2024, when an online creator known as Katie Bugs went on stream and came forward with her story. During the 30-minute stream, she broke down in tears multiple times as she described getting sexually harassed by an unnamed creator. She claimed that this creator was 8 years older than her and made unwanted advances on her while she was drunk.
Last year, at the beginning of summer, I was assaulted by a significantly older and popular content creator. I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks prior. I was drunk in a hotel room with other people around me when it happened. He was someone I had once watched, and he was 8 years older than me and far more powerful.
She then went on to describe what exactly happened.
Out of nowhere, I felt him slip his hand under my clothes, sitting next to me on the couch in front of everyone. He disguised it with a simple, "Are you ticklish?" I coughed out a no, still staring at my phone. I was overly aware of the fact that we were in front of other people, the fact that everyone else was sitting around us, watching us, including my best friend, and that his hand was inching further to places I hadn't asked for it to be.
With the available hints, viewers quickly figured out that she was talking about GeorgeNotFound and began harassing him online. On the 11th of March, George posted a response video completely denying the allegations and sharing his side of the story.
He had been cuddling for, I'd say, around an hour at this point, playing the game, talking, and just having fun. And for clarity, I had my hand around her waist above her clothes. So with her statement where she's saying that she's resorting to playing games on her phone, I just don't really understand it. And I think that the picture that she's painting is really dark, when in reality she seemed very happy with the situation, was having a good time.
Some people also question her use of the word freshly 18 to make George's actions sound even worse, even though she was 5 months past the age of 18 at the time of the incident. George's video completely dismantled all of her claims, to which she responded by doing another stream and changing several parts of her original story.
On a couch with other people there, he stuck his hand up my shirt, under my bra, and felt up, fondled, whatever you want to say. He felt up my unwanted sexual touch is literally in the definition of sexual assault. It's fucking sexual assault, and I'm never gonna apologize for saying it is.
She went from it being a hand on her waist to something completely different. She also posted a screenshot of one of George's friends texting someone that he was watching George cuddle with Katie, but George asked his friend and he never sent this text.
So I reached out to my friend to talk to him about it. And it turns out that he actually didn't send this message. I'm gonna play a phone call that I had with him after I found this out, just because I think it gives more context.
What's up?
So there is a text that is claimed to be from you.
Yeah, I didn't send that text. I found out about it when you sent it to me. But yeah, no, that wasn't me. I don't know where they got that from. I didn't ask them for any of their phone numbers or anything like that.
This showed that Katie was actively fabricating evidence, and when asked about it, she completely changed her story once again.
It's a real screenshot. What I got wrong and what was miscommunicated was who it was from. It was actually from, instead of the guy who left or wasn't there for the assault, it was from the girl who wasn't there for the assault.
With the inconsistencies in her stories and lack of any solid evidence, Katie's allegations quickly fell apart, but not before causing George to lose over 300,000 subscribers. More importantly, many are still willing to stand by Katie's side and label George as a creepy predator, a label that will follow him for the rest of his career.